Evening. Leicester 2 lied. Leicester 4. Manchester United 2. Let's get this show over with. Let's go. OMONDI. Matt, let's get the inquest started. Leicester 4, Man United 2. Let's not beat around the bush. That result wasn't good enough. Obviously, we heard the talk in the week about Ollie being under pressure. It's now reached a stage for him where something needs to give. We have people talking about coaching staff. We have people talking about lack of a central midfield. We hear that he's not doing the coaching, but we can discuss those points, I suppose, just after we go to try and dissect what was a bit of a shambles. OMONDI, just give us a brief.
Yeah, for starters, I'm really sad. And what I'm sad about, not that I'm like going to start crying or anything else. I've done that pre-show. But what I'm sad about is that we have a talented squad. We have all the pieces in there to do well. And last season, I was saying a lot of stuff about the side, not about the side, about our potential. I thought that we could have won the league last season. And the only thing that I felt stopped us from winning the league was this team having a philosophy of play. And we've gone into this season now, and we've got better players now. And I'm sad. This is why I'm sad. I'm sad because these better players have come into this team, which doesn't have, it's not well oiled, you know. And I don't think the manager it's always the manager has to take responsibility. But I don't think the manager's taken advantage of all the gifts and the blessings he's got. You know, he's been gifted with, you know, like myrrh, frankincense, and all these beautiful gifts, and he's not taking advantage. You know, so anyone else in this position would be blessed to have this sort of attacking force and these sort of players at hand to use. And when you look at someone compared, this is what I'm saying about coaching. Managers are paid a lot for a reason. It's because they take responsibility, and it's hard to manage 11 players and a squad and getting them to play. But I'm seeing we can see the difference now between. Unfortunately, I have to big up our rivals, Klopp, because I have to take a bow. Klopp, take a bow. You're working with what you've done with Dortmund, with Mainz before that, and what you're doing with Liverpool now is really good stuff. And I just think with less resources. And that kind of thing, and where they beat us is their team, and we are showing that we're individuals, right? What I want us to do is get a manager, I want Ollie to start producing, to be the man who can bring these great individuals together as a team and to play where we don't have many worries about going away. We've lost our away record, by the way, as well now, haven't we? So yeah. I want our manager to improve to the stage. Maybe it's too late, I don't know. But to improve to the stage where we have these players at our disposal playing as a team. Look at the way Klopp plays as a team. Look at the way Pep plays as a team. Look at the way Brendan Rodgers, with all his less resources than us, plays as a team. Matt, that's me for now. What do you think?
Completely agree, mate. And you know, this thing that everyone's saying that it's not Ole's fault for the coaches, or it's the coaches' fault, and that means it's not Ole's fault. Well, of course it is. Like I said to you before the stream, if you're the captain of a ship, you are in control of every single thing that happens on that ship.
That's right.
You've got to be the man on the wheel. If it is sinking, you've got to be the one to be there to watch it sink. And he can't be blaming other people. I know he came out like, was it three or 4 days ago, stating that actually the board, that he knocked on the door of the board and went, we probably do need a new CDM. I mean, how long has it taken for you to realize that? I mean, that's not the problem that happened today, of course, but there's so many problems with the coaching and the management together because they are one knitted thing, aren't they? If your manager can't apply what the coaches are doing or doesn't think they're doing very well, then how they have to take the blame together. It's got to be the manager that takes the fault. And today, like you said as well, Brendan Rodgers doing something where Leicester haven't had a very good or haven't had decent form recently. We should have pounced on that. Really, we should have pounced on that. We've got the players, like you said, OMONDI, to do the job. Right, not to win the league, but to beat Leicester when they're down like they are right now. And we couldn't even do that. And then it goes on to the coaches not being good enough. What? It can't be right. Like, that's management, that is. And if you have coaches that ain't doing what you want them to do, then you've got to take the blame for that.
Okay. Were we happy with the team?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sad.
Pogba, central midfield.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
The team looked very comfortable, Mr. B. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Just to add, like all week we've been saying about what team we want to see and everything else. I'm not going to go back on my word. I said I wanted Matic in playing first, and I'm happy that he played today. I don't think it's anything to do, like, we put out a good team. I'm really happy with the team. When I saw the team sheet, I was really happy about that. Mr. B, I think do you want to respond to Nigerian Englishmen? Because it's funny, he turned up on our show, and these Arsenal man on it. So I'm ready to slap a few people up if they want to come up. Verbally slap them, you know, because bring it. Let me just do it. All you Man United man were deflecting in the summer, putting pure pressure on Ben White by comparing him to Varane, when really you should have been comparing him to Maguire. 50 million looks cheap compared to 80 million. Where's this come from?
It ain't 50 million anyway, but I don't know where he got that from.
What's not 50 million?
Was it saying Varane's 50 million looks cheap?
Ben White.
No, he's talking about Ben White.
Oh, beg your pardon. Well, yeah, Ben White's not even why is he even being brought into this conversation? I don't get it.
Wait, let's put it this way. Who's England's number one defender? What? Nigerian Englishman. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Who's England's number one defender? It's Harry Maguire. He's better than Ben White. So I know you want to big up your team and everything else and come for us. But I know this Arsenal man have been coming for us a lot lately. Bring it on. But Ben White is not the player that Harry Maguire is. He might improve soon enough, you know, but he's not as commanding. He's not as good. And I trust in the England selectors to know, say, for the last 4 or 5 years, England's number one has been Harry Maguire. I mean, that's why he's worth 80 million. That's why you're paying over the odds for a guy who's only just about to play championship football and was playing in the Brighton back three last year. Come on, man. Let's get it right. Didn't Tony rough him up at Brentford? Sure. These guys, man.
Back to Man United.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so Man United went ahead in the first half. Scored the first goal of the game.
What a goal.
Yeah?
What? It's Greenwood on the right-hand side, cut into his left foot, just outside the box. And you know, like, people usually curl him into the top corner. He pinged it. Boom! You know? Pinged it into the top corner. Schmeichel's a great goalkeeper. Not even close. Greenwood, so talented. Really loved that goal. That was beautiful.
Leicester equalise.
Yeah, Tillemans, Harry Maguire, we were playing the ball out from the back. Pogba played it back to De Gea. De Gea had time. By this point, the centre backs are spread across the width of the penalty area. He passed it to Maguire. Maguire took his time, and Iheanacho really done a wicked press on him, pinched him, and got away from him. It was really poor defending. Maybe Maguire's just come back from injury. I remember when Virgil van Dijk just came back from injury, and Udinese fell on his arse. He was all over the place. So maybe Maguire needs some more time. But anyway, gave the ball away, passed it to Tielemans, who sort of hit it first time. It sort of looped over the keeper from just outside the box. That was a decent goal. Good pressing by Leicester.
That took us into half-time.
Half-time, yeah.
Okay, how did the second half go?
Okay, so I'll just talk you through. On the 78th minute, we've got who's the Turkish centre-back?
Sörncu.
Thank you. I'm glad you pronounced it, not me. It was a set piece. I think it was a corner that Leicester had, attacking corner. They had numbers in the box. Harry Maguire didn't clear the ball. He kind of got a bit nudged or something. It's like Vardy knows how to play him, and he couldn't get a good header on the ball, so he couldn't clear it enough. It sort of scrambled around in their box. They had a shot. It bounced off, deflection, and then the Turkish centre back came in and slotted it in home to make it 2-1. 78th minute.
My guy Marcus.
Yes, your guy Marcus. You've been raving about him. Anyone who watched the takeaway last night? I watched the takeaway last night, and you were endorsing our boy Rashford again. He came on. This is the thing about Rashford. This is where I think it's a typical Rashford goal. They had pushed up high line. Rashford always loves to get in behind defences. So they were near enough up their halfway line. They pushed up. Rashford was running across the line, timed it. Lindelof pinged it with his left foot because they're always looking for this now. This is an option we have with Rashford. And he, with his pace, he got in behind. I think the defender could have got there and stopped the ball going through, but he was one-on-one with the keeper and he just slotted it in, actually with nice precision, yeah, to make it 2-2. So we're back in the game at 2-2 after 82 minutes, thinking, right, it's on, game on.
Can we leave it there at 2-2? Can we leave it there?
Yep. Yeah, that's it. And then good night. God bless, guys. See you later.
And then they score from
a minute later
from their centre.
Yeah, so basically they're playing the ball out. They went to their defender. We're set up nicely. The defender played a crossfield ball. So from centre back, played a crossfield ball to their left wing. Wan-Bissaka came running over. I think he could time the ball. Went to clap the guy on the touchline, missed the ball and caught. It could have been a foul, but he was out of action now. Now McTominay had to come in and fill in for Wan-Bissaka because we had the Spanish guys play for Newcastle. What's his name? The striker. The Spanish. Who?
Amrilon.
No, the plays for Leicester. He played for Newcastle.
I have no idea.
Plays for who now?
So he's a forward. Used to play for Newcastle, Spanish guy. He's now playing for Leicester for the last couple of years.
Oh, Perez, sorry, yeah. So when Wan-Bissaka went for that tackle, he missed the ball, took out the man, but then Perez picked it up, and now he's driving into the box. McTominay had to come in and try to hold him up. Thank you. McTominay had to come into the box. By this point, he's in the 6-yard box, tried to hold him up. Perez, Vardy got some space because we were doing sort of zonal business, and peeled off a little bit, and they slotted it into the top corner to make it 3-2 after we just equalised at 83 minutes. You want more? There's more. Please, sir, please. Okay, on the 90th minute, Paxton thing. It was a set piece again. It was like a foul near the corner flag. So you might as well say it's almost like a corner. Tielemans crossed it in. Back post, bit of a scramble. We didn't deal with it. And Paxton comes in the back post and slots it home to make it 4-2 to Leicester.
Thank you for that match report.
It's not much. I mean,
let's be brutal.
You already have.
There's a lot of well, there will be now a lot of talk about Ollie getting the sack or Ollie being. We know Ollie. We can have a chat. Tactically, we believe that Ollie has less about him than maybe a few managers in the Premiership.
Yeah.
This season, a lot of the fears that fans have had, I think are coming home to roost a lot earlier than maybe we had hoped. But this period of games, we've said it from when we looked at the fixture list, we knew that this was going to be the tricky period.
Yeah.
We've now lost to Leicester. Moving forward, is there anything that can be done? Because let's be honest, we moan about McFred all the time, but Pogba's been given his chance in a system that maybe doesn't suit his skill set, but he's still a central midfielder. Are we beginning to understand why Ollie plays McFred? Or is it a tactical thing where, because look, Matic played today. So the team that was put out, you can't say that hardly anybody. I mean, I would have started Rashford. You know what I'm like with Rashford. But now changes were made. We failed. Is he going to go back to the tried and tested to try and get him through the next maybe 3 or 4 games? Because this one's gone now. Unbeaten record's gone. 29 games gone out the window. What can you see him changing, Matt?
I see him using that as an excuse to go back to McFred. Today's performance is going to be a reason why I go, see, I told you. And he's going to keep using these excuses. Like, I agree, like with some people, the coaching isn't the right thing. But I think that, again, is to do with the manager. And I think, look, he did it tactically today. We know Matic is the only person that can play that role. But because of his age, he can't play it for a very long time. He's not going to play as many games as, say, Ronaldo wants to play, or Messi's going to play at PSG. He's not that type of player at that age. He is 35, right, Matic, or near enough?
33.
No, 30. 31, 32, yeah.
I'm being over the top there then. But he has done his bit. I think he's not the type of player that can do that role anymore. And it's sad to see that Donny van der Beek can't even get a game time as well. And hearing him being linked to Newcastle as well, which is upsetting, because would you think Newcastle would go for Ole if he was out of a job right now?
No.
To be their next. So why are we sticking with him if they wouldn't even go for him?
Okay, let's look at. We know what Ollie's approach has been and the mess that he came into. OMONDI, you've said it. You think he's reached his ceiling.
No, I said that. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Do you want to? I do think I said that long time ago. I felt that we needed to improve our philosophy of play. We had no identity of brand of football, and I've been saying that from last season. We can see that obviously we can't break down teams. The only way we could score is by, there's no patterns of scoring. There's no ways we say, all right, we do this. This is what we do to score goals or anything like that. Just for example, can I just go back to the last point you made, Mr. P, about Matic? I don't want this to be like you said about, does this mean he will revert back to Fred and McTominay? No, I think Pogba and Matic are the right formation, the right guys to be in the midfield. We conceded from 2 set pieces today. And Maguire, we passed the ball out from the back. Maguire gave the ball away. That's a mistake. Okay, nothing to do with Matic. The set piece goal was Maguire was twice at fault there. 2 set pieces. Yeah, 1 set piece, 2 set pieces, and Wan-Bissaka diving in again. So these are all defensive errors and set piece mistakes where we conceded our goals. This is what people. So it's easy for people to say Matic. Oh, we can't play Matic. He's too old. Whatever. Matic played well. He doesn't give the ball away. It's in the right philosophy of play. We will play well. I'm just looking at the goals, how we concede our goals, and the issue is mistake by Wan-Bissaka, 2 mistakes by Harry Maguire, and 2 set pieces.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Matic is the problem. He's not a problem at all. He is our best CDM. He's our only CDM. He does the job perfectly, but because he can't play every single game, his fitness is not always up to scratch. Yeah, I mean, when was the last time he did play in that position for us? So that was his first game since when? Like starting position?
This is why I think if you're saying, like, I don't know where everyone gets this thing about he can't play every game. What's the evidence that? Have we seen him cramping up or something, or going down or not be tired? I don't know. I think it's down to the philosophy that we play. Rodri, this is why I kept referring to Stars on the Rise and Rodri. I keep saying this. Rodri sits in that position, pops it around because of the style of play. This is how we play through him, bringing out of defense and that kind of thing. He doesn't have to do that much running because we don't keep giving the ball away and all kind of things. So Matic, I think he's capable of playing. Look at Fernandinho. He was playing every single game a couple of seasons ago at 34, 35 years old. You know, I think Matic is still capable of doing it. It's the philosophy of the lack of style, lack of play, which creates giving the ball away, which means he's running. And they say, oh, look, he's having to run really fast and he looks like he's out of position. No, it's the team, it's the manager that has to take a lot of responsibility for giving us a style of play to ensure that we can get to maximize the talented players that we have.
Yeah, I agree. But you say, you know how Matic was let off from Chelsea and then they got Kante in. That's a good bit of business. They looked into maybe getting a player that is a little bit younger that can run just as much as him. Matic is great. He's our best player at that role, and we should play him a lot more. And I agree with you that it is management that doesn't necessarily get the best out of him. Not necessarily.
Mr. B, can I ask you? I mean, what are your feelings? Can you answer your own questions because you're putting them out? But I want to hear what you've got to say as well.
Look, obviously, my Saturdays are difficult to get to watch the game. So I heard bits and pieces. I heard the last few goals going in, and my first message was, oh shit, we're in the fuck. Oops. So let's be honest. I have an opinion on my opinion on the coaching is the same as you guys, to be honest. I want him to succeed, but the more that situations and things happen in game, I'm beginning to doubt he will succeed. Am I an Ollie out? Definitely not. Am I an Ollie in? Probably not. I support my club. Whatever. Yeah, I'm on. It's a decision that I'm not gonna make. Look, yeah, I've got some big splinters. I really have.
I'm going to call you Malcolm.
Decisions. Look, the fact that we were happy with the team, people can say, okay, then the players didn't perform, but this coach and these coaches, the club, these players play for the club. Now, if you've got players who probably don't want to be there, who are upset, then Ollie now has to deal with a problem of his own making. These aren't Jose problems where he came in and mollycoddled everybody and said, don't worry, the big bad wolf's gone. I'm here now, little Red Riding Hood from Norway. I'm here, come under my big red Man United cape and I'll look after you. Now, his armpits are beginning to smell underneath his cape, and players are getting pissed off. So it's now time for him. It's now time for him to start being a manager, being a man, and start deciding what he wants to do. I mean, my opinion on Lingard is he shouldn't have been there in the summer. We should have sold him. Pogba, I said we should have sold him a year and a half ago when he didn't. He's now in a position where whatever he does from now till the end of the season, he's guaranteed to be getting 500 grand a week, regardless of whether he stays with us, goes Barcelona, Real Madrid, or PSG. He doesn't give a shit. Yeah, he had these great performance first game in the season, played Leeds. Leeds play with the whole of their legs open like this. Man, just jump. That's he had 4 assists, yeah? Teams now with the philosophy that are saying defend, we've always said Ollie cannot deal with. So he's now got a situation where in his head he's gone, I'm going to go for this one because blah, blah, blah. Fred didn't play. Guarantee you Fred plays every single game from now till the end of the season. Not even the fact that Fred's already said on international duty he's not a holding midfielder. So there's a lot of issues now that Oli needs to deal with. We've now got Atalanta on Wednesday in the Champions League. That is more of a must-win game than this next one, because if we're in Europa, I am telling you now, man's not seeing me on a Thursday. I'm going to put it out there now. Clip it and hold it. Solo, my boss, I'm sorry.
Oi, Mr.
I'm
B.
not doing a Thursday night show. And this is what I can see happening now. So the changes that the club are going to make aren't going to be made until either we're out of the Champions League and in a position where we cannot make fourth. Because let's be honest, all they want is fourth. They don't care about the Champions League. They don't care about Europe. They want fourth place, so that we're going to get that 50 million for the beginning of the season that they say they're going to invest and don't invest. So issues now, we saw little, when the mountain where you see the little boulders falling down, they're now hitting the 3/4 mark, and these little pebbles are turning into, slightly bigger boulders. Right. We've now got 4 weeks to get some magic system where these boulders are being held up by, I don't know, what's that? Something needs to be done now, so I've answered my question, I think.
Yeah. You put that brilliantly. I love the analogy about the armpits. The stinky armpits. That's brilliant. And to add to that, all right, we've got Atalanta. They are expansive, good football inside, who know their system, know how they play, And then on Sunday, we're going up to Manchester to play Liverpool, who I think are amazing at the moment. You've got Salah on fire, you've got Klopp just tweaking it, and turn up notch, and they could be the ones to really finish us off, and that's going to be devastating. So I think, to be honest, when you see speculation, you see stuff in the news. What really done it for me, what really made me think recently, was the news that came out that the players were unhappy, senior players were unhappy, and saying it was childish kind of training going through. But I think indirectly they're saying something here. If you read between the lines, I think they were saying something else. So news like that, coupled with poor results and poor performances, it's usually the players behind the scenes who are got that power now to sort of edge people out. So I can smell mutiny going on inside the camp, especially after that. I looked at Ronaldo, I looked at a couple players, and they're like that. So yeah, I think decision might be made. Big up David, real pundit. Yeah, I agree with you, Dave.
What, with that one or that one?
No, I don't agree with that one. I'm not that thing. David, I respect his thing. No, I understand what he's saying. But you know what it is? It's not that. It's not about players. This is what I'm saying. We've got the players there. No excuse. Oh, we need to set the midfielder. I don't want to hear that talk. I want to hear we need to improve our style of play. How we can sit there and watch what we've seen so far this season and be happy with that? We can't be. We've got a great team. We've got great players there. It's not a great team. We've got great players there. I want to see us playing the football which these great players deserve, And it's got to be flowing. It's got to be exciting. It's got to be consistent, And we're not seeing these criteria coming through in our squad.
I need to answer this one. I'm sorry, Anthony. You know what? One, I don't drink gin. I only drink brown liquor, bro. But I'll be honest, I haven't seen the game, so I'm not as depressed as people who have seen the game. Now, when I watch the game later, then maybe that brown liquor will be out. Or the fact that I already know the result, but no, I'm alcohol free for at least the next 2.5 hours.
After the watching the highlights, Mr. B, you're going to be on the old Grey Goose, mate.
Oh boy, you know what? Bless up, man. This is big news, isn't it? I mean, us losing like this, it means a lot to other teams as well. They're seeing us. And it's interesting as well, getting the opinion of neutral sides, when they tell us how it is, because sometimes we think we live in a bubble and we're trying to defend the undefendable. But judging by the response and the reaction by a lot of people on social media and in the comments as well, it's good to see like other people's opinion. And if they're not trying to banter us, a lot of them are telling us some hard truths.
I mean,
you know?
the thing is, what if conversations are made where you know it's not banter, then obviously, you know, you're in various groups, but we've got intelligent people. There's intelligent people, and for maybe because it's your own team, I say because it's my team. Last season, I was hearing a lot of this, Ollie can't do this, Ollie can't do that, Ollie can't do this. And one, you want to protect your club, and two, you want to protect your manager. But I suppose it gets to a stage where they say truth hurts sometimes. And is it now getting to a stage where it's starting that pace where it starts beginning to hurt? Because if we get to, I'm still convinced, if we get knocked out of the Champions League, my opinion, this is my opinion, I would like to think that he would have to go. Because that is, even if we get through to the next round, last 16, fine. You get out the group, you're going to make more money than you do going all the way to losing another final. You understand? He hasn't got over that mark. And now you've got a team now where, as I said, Amondi's already said, there seems to be a little bit of mutiny in the ranks. Man who don't normally chat is starting to chat. It's only a matter of time before, look, let's be honest, managers always go before players.
Yeah.
You know, so it could be that stage, because if you think about it, there's a lot of players who next season will not be there regardless. You're looking at Mata, you're looking at Matic, you're looking at Pogba, you're looking at Lingard, you're looking at Martial. That's 5 big players. You know, forget about the other fringe players that may be there. You add Donny to that as well. So that's 3 central midfielders, and he can't buy one. So there's problems now where he needs to start kicking some ass. He needs to stop being Ollie, you know, and start being a man, because it's at the end of the day, it's his job on the line. He's done the softly, and it's got them to a certain level. He's got, God bless him, he's got McKenna and Carrick, who are absolutely no use to him as a coach on match day. I don't know what they do in training, but on a match day, when we physically look, let's say we don't want him to be a hype man jumping up and down, but there has to be a realization, and I'm not sure he's going to have it up here.
I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think any of the club has it. You look at Manchester United, who is all about youth development. We can't actually attract youth players to our club right now. Jude Bellingham turned us down for Borussia Dortmund. He saw better fit for him over there than he did. There's loads of things deep within the core of Man United at the moment, and we've always talked about. I know me and you two have talked about, you know, the roof leaking, the facilities not doing very well. Nicky Butt leaving his position, saying exactly what I've just said. The fact that we're just not an attractive club for youth players anymore. There's still big problems going on at Man United. Really is.
Yeah, I think it comes down to we've got to keep it really simple. You've got a manager and 22 players, egos, and everything else. It's very difficult to manage them, and especially at this high level. Like I heard MAISEY saying earlier that he's getting grey. He looks like haunted, you know, with what's going on with him. But you have to have that conviction to be a manager at this top level. And I think you have to have a style of play. I keep coming back to it. You have to have a strategy and a style of play which you install into the guys. It's well drilled, and everyone knows exactly what they're doing, you know, on the pitch. Unfortunately, you can't just where I think we failed last year is a lot of fans, they've said, okay, when we get Ronaldo or when we get these new players in, it's going to work. It's not trump cards. You don't just play trump cards. Just play like, oh, this one trumps this guy, and that means we're going to win. It doesn't work like that. You have to come into a system. I keep saying it over and over again. And if you don't have that system in place, it's not going to work. You could bring Mbappe and Haaland and whoever you want to get in. You know, you can bring them all in and play under this manager or this setup or this style of football, and it still won't work. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you can get Brendan Rodgers with, like I say, with lesser players, so-called lesser players, and still have a strategy and a system. Different games, different man. He goes to a 3 sometimes. He sometimes plays a 4. He's able to adapt and still be flexible. Everyone knows what they're doing. It's all drilled in their head. You understand what I'm saying? We can't even play our own system. And then sometimes we go to a 5 in the pack, and we still, you understand what I'm saying? We still can't master that. So master, be a black belt on your own show. Yes, I will be there, Chris, to defend my team. You've done really well today. I really respect Leicester City Football Club. They're a well-run club, and Brendan Rodgers is a top coach. You know, so I think once we get these things in place, you have to realize the only thing that's stopping us right now is our lack of play, our lack of philosophy, a lack of style of football. That's all it is. Even Arteta, Nigerian Englishman, if you're still watching, even Arteta plays out from the back. I can see exactly what he's trying to employ into his side. Play out from the back. Might have a bit of difficulty. They might have come 8th last year, but they're persisting with that same philosophy, and eventually it will come good. At the moment, we're trying to come good we need a centre midfielder. I'm fed up when I hear players, when I hear fans talking like that. That's not going to solve anything. Solve the base first. Have the system running first. The engine's got to be running nice and smooth first, and then we get everyone on board and knowing their role, and it will be success.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm just there's a lot of good comments in there. Like,
can we go through some of them on Monday? I was just going to say, do you want to go through, just pick up on a few?
Okay. Wow, there's a lot. Liverpool fan Gemma, and if you don't know, go and check out Cop Talk TV. It's a new Liverpool channel. It's fantastic. They break it down. I mean, these Liverpool fans are buzzing at the moment because they've got a great manager and success. She says, still waiting to see the advantage of depth that Man United have against many other teams. They're basically saying we've got a good squad of players. No point in having depth if every time you rotate, you lose cohesion. Really good point. All right, we're not here. I know he's getting us with jokes, Andy Herbert. Man United agenda and chill. How's he eating? We're suffering out here, Nigerian Englishman. We're really suffering. Don't want any bad mouthing. Oh man, Ollie tonight. You don't want us bad mouthing. Ollie, we're not really. We're just disappointed. Today was the players. Okay, no, I disagree. Ronaldo missing. Fernandes missing. Don't get me started on Slabhead, responsible for 3 goals. Yeah, I've called that one. He was. You're right there. You're right. But I don't think it's the players. I think it's the system. We haven't got enough to fall back on. You know. Sending love. Thanks, Anthony Herbert. All you United man were deflect. Oh, we've done that one already. So let's just go through. Here's some good ones. Hi, David Cross. How you doing? He says Ollie coaches are championship standard, to be honest, and that would be maybe McKenna and Carrick.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. They haven't proven. I'm not going to say they're not championship managers, but at the moment they're proving that they're lacking a lot in top flight Premiership. So maybe he does have a point.
In that report during midweek, they said that McKenna was Tottenham's under-18 coach, and Mourinho promoted him to the first team. So this is his first experience. Like, this is Ollie's first experience at a big club. Maguire responsible for 3 goals today. Your Nigerian countryman.
Do you think he was brought back too early?
He had a poor game today. He was very off the pace, you know, and it was evident. I mean, the thing is, whenever he makes a mistake, it's going to be highlighted tenfold. We've seen that in the past, you know, and then we'll say, oh, he's not. They're quick to say 8 million or he's not a great defender. It's clear he's a good defender. He's the top defender, the best English defender out there. But making mistakes like that at the top level, when it's showtime, you know, he's going to have to. This is what builds character. He's going to have to accept it. Cop Talk says, haven't watched the match, but big talk was Rashford's return. How was his performance? Goal on his return must give B some positives. Yeah, it's nice to see him score. He ran across the line, kept off onside. They played high, left a lot of spacing behind, and that's Rashford's forte. He's got a lot of pace to get in behind like that. So that's maybe gives us something again to. It's quite encouraging. But then Andy Herbert says, I don't rate Ben White. He's an Arsenal fan. He says he doesn't, as an Arsenal fan, I don't rate Ben White. He can't head the ball. Maguire is better than him. That's from an Arsenal fan, not from ours. Cop Talk TV again says, Monday, I keep laughing because, sorry. Man of the match for Leicester, I would say Tillemans. Tillemans was orchestrating everything in midfield. Pogba can't play in midfield with Pogba. Sell Pogba, sign Ndidi, and the guy from Monaco, I can't pronounce his name.
He won't be sold. He won't be sold because he's going to leave on a free. So people talking about cashing in on Pogba. Why is a man who has got 6 months to earn an absolute fortune going to let Man United sell him now when we couldn't have sold him a year and a half ago? He holds all the power. So I'm saying right now, he can do what he wants because he's guaranteed that wedge and he's going to do what he wants. If he doesn't want to listen to Ollie, he's not going to listen to Ollie. Guarantee you, in the next league game, Pogba don't start centre of the park.
I don't know if this is a joke, but Nigerian Englishman says, watch Pogba leave and flourish again. Nobody goes for Ollie after this job. He's done a great job at United. Ollie is our man. Keep him unless you want to win trophies.
I love the fact that he's coming out with, oh man, you know. Listen, you gooner, get lost.
I can see him skinning teeth right now when he's saying that, you know. Jem says, so should Ollie have not put Maguire under pressure and played him for another 90 minutes after coming back into that position? So is that a question saying should we have
Ollie blatantly, there's players that Ollie trusts in the squad and players that he doesn't trust in the squad. Now, the fact that he didn't contemplate playing Bailly means again that the club have messed up on a player. If you're not going to play the man, let him go. Maguire's just come back from injury. He had 1 day's training, which by all accounts it looks like it showed today. But you've had Bailly who's been training all week. So again, Ollie, this is a situation that Ollie now has to deal with. As I said already, he is the wickedest liar because he's telling bare man things and they believe in him. They are believing him. So he's good at telling the porcupines, but I said it's gonna come home to roost because there's an avalanche of boulders starting to fall down from Old Trafford, bro.
Matteo, just to follow up on what you said with your brilliant analogy about under your wing, stinky armpits. Everyone can read that.
Amondi, you know when I say Odegaard for Arsenal.
Yes.
they need some Odegaard.
We need some Odegaard, yeah.
Right guard.
Oh, God.
Okay. A bit endorsement about Cop TV this Thursday night. Go and tune in there. Cavani over Ronaldo says David is a really good Man United fan. Knows his stuff. Man United versus Liverpool can go either way. Irrelevant. Form is irrelevant when they play. Best game in the Prem. Yeah, I agree. It's still the best game in the Prem. Talk MU, how you doing? Brilliant watch along you did earlier. If the player's not behind Ollie, we will see it in the Liverpool game because they know that this is the game. This is the game.
I don't agree with that, but
let's see. Sorry, we've got Surindi. How you doing? MS. He says Ollie finally proves great players are not great coaches. Do I agree? Oh, he's asking if we agree. It depends. Yeah. Johan Cruyff was a great coach. Koeman's a good coach. Zidane, I don't know if he's a good coach, but he's got a good name. It's just, I don't know. You got to have to. For me, you got to have to respect. If you're a player and you got to have some sort of respect. What have you done? Why should we respect you? Now, that's why I think when Zidane came in, everyone respects Zidane. He might not be a good coach. That's probably why he left, I think. Maybe when the team was on the slide, he thought, let me get out now. I look great, like a great coach, that sort of thing. But you have to, I think anyone, like Mr. B, with your side, they respect you. That you've got to have, as soon as you lose that respect for your players, it's curtains. And I think we're seeing something like that now. Ollie's not top league manager by far. He's a by Europa League manager.
Is he manager as well? He lost that
Tim saying, are you saying Ollie to be something he can't or ever will be though? I just think this is the thing. We've heard the story last season. A lot of people saying he's learning on the job. We're not the club to be learning on. It's not a nursery. Matt says United have a ridiculous level of talent. This is it. Maybe Ollie just can't handle so many egos. Yeah, this is the point I'm making. This is a great point there, Matt. Good shout, man. And that's what I'm saying. If you can't do respect, once you lose the respect, you can never get it back from players, you know? If Ollie was sacked tomorrow, what other clubs would be in for him? That's a good question. Yeah. Jay, how you doing, Jay? Big up, lads. Watch today, and I love Ollie, but we need someone who can get the lads to play. Here we go. It's the same theme, isn't it? We hear it here. This is what I'm saying. This is not banter. It's not jokes. These are good, wise, intelligent fans who are coming in and saying a lot of really valid stuff. So big up all you guys, for apart from Anthony Herbert, that is actually. Matt also says United have a better attacking players than Chelsea, but to me, Solskjaar has a system there. Yeah, this is brilliant. United are trying to play basketball in games. United need to find a system. You say lads say that works. We're on the same page, brother Matt. Hope to see you again on this channel because I like what you're saying and we agree. We agree here. Leicester Till I Die says it was a great game. It was for you guys for sure. He also says trust the process. He's obviously had a drink and he's happy now. He's starting to banter with us. Maguire was the problem. He wasn't fit. Or shouldn't be played. Bailey should have played. What do you think about it, Mr. B?
And this is what I'm saying. There's players who are going to be looking at certain things and be thinking, what is the point? So there's going to be a game where Bailey has to play and he's going to be thinking, I can't be asked.
So, Matt, do you want to just cover these last 2 points? So, Stu MC, how you doing, Stu MC? Says, let's be honest, Maguire does what he always does, doodles on the ball and doodles into no man's land for crosses. 54 goals shipped in the Premiership last season, in the EPL season for Leicester before he signed. And sorry, one more from Stu MC. And furthermore, he's like a parent telling you off. And furthermore, you know, for all United's talents, they lack the selfish attitude to be efficient off the ball. Rashford does the selfish work off the pitch. Jumble of egos. Matt, do you want to respond to Stu MC?
He could be right about that, couldn't he? Could be right about the fact that everybody's doing their own thing off the pitch. I guess that could, like, when you go into a training ground, you can kind of look at that and go, okay, like you're on that. I mean, talking about the money and, you know, talking about Pogba maybe getting 400k a week, you got to look at it, and Bruno Fernandes is going to look and go, well, what about me? I'm like doing much better. I've been solid since I came into this team. So why didn't I get at least that? So there is some problems, I think, with egos in the dressing room, but I don't think that's the problem with the result today. I clearly think that's to do with coaching, and the coaching is to do with Ole. And Ole is the manager, and the manager needs to be the person holding and steering that ship, and he has to go down with the ship. So for me, yeah, that's just, I want Ole to do well. Honestly, I do. I really do. I really wanted him to be our manager when he first came in as well. Honestly, I've never felt anything more happier than seeing Mourinho go, and someone who had, or I still think has, the DNA of our football club, but it just doesn't seem to be working out. And I think sometimes you've got to realise that and be honest with yourself and be modest and be out loud and say, time to make a change. No offense to you as a person. Like, you know, with Steve Bruce is getting all this crap that he's getting from the fans. We shouldn't be giving Ole that either. That's not the way. Be critical on what you see on the pitch and what they're doing, but not as a person. So just keep it at that. And I just think he needs to go. But
yeah, you know what, Matt? I think like we have to say things. We're not here to. If you're going to say something out, you can't say, "Oh, I hate that." Well, why do you hate that? Or when, and I think on this show, what I really love about the Man United agenda, we actually discuss the reasonings why behind it. And this is the thing, we go into detail, we actually say what our opinions are without being unfair, without being brutal, but we have to be honest. I think when you lose, so what I think it is, he's lost the respect, and it's happening now. We can see that he's losing the respect to the players because they're looking at it and saying, well, what's going on here? We saw the article come out questioning what he's doing because he's responsible for the coaching, and what his philosophy should filter down to the coaches to say, I want you guys to coach the team. Here's what I do. Here's my CV. This is how I want you to play. And he passed it to coaches. You take the training session. Or if you're not doing it correctly, if we're not doing it the way, we're not getting good results, not playing well, I, who am the manager and take responsibility, I'm going to come to the training session and I'm going to put on sessions and drills to ensure that the players know what I want. Right? But that's not happening. And that would be a concern. If it was my head on the chopper, I would be going down to training and saying, right, boys, enough. Get my whistle out and start delivering some drills and sessions. So they at least the players respect you to say, all right, I know what this guy wants, or I know the system we want to play. But I'm getting the feeling Ronaldo is coming, big personality, and he wants to be a winner. He doesn't want to be associated with this kind of defeat and this kind of performances that we're having this season.
Well said.
Matt, I'm going to let you have a wrap up. I'm going to let you have a final say before we look up this show. I'm sure that Studs Up will be very interesting on Monday. But Matt, just your thoughts or your wrap up of the day, big man.
First of all, I want to say thank you for having me on. You know, like me, I'm not tribal in football. I do get passionate for Man United. They are my favourite team. But once this finishes, I'm just going to watch TV, chill out, relax. So Man United fans, just relax. There is another game. You look towards the next game. Hopefully we can make these changes to what we just said. Everybody just said on here. Hopefully Ollie's watching the show today because we love you, bro. You know, we do. We want to see you do well. But at the end of the day, we also support Man United like yourself. And if you weren't in the job, then you would know exactly what we're talking about. And all you people that are watching today, big up yourselves because there's some very good comments coming in. And I've learned a lot from you two and everybody else in the comments. This is what this is all about: conversation, debating, and democracy. There you go.
Message are still coming in. Ladies, gentlemen, Arsenal supporters, I'm sorry, Man United supporters, Man United haters. This was a very painful edition of the Man United agenda. We'll be back on Monday for Studs Up and our on MAISEY on her ratings.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that is going to be very, very interesting. So from me,
7 o'clock on Monday, is it?
So, yeah, okay. 7 o'clock Monday. 7 o'clock Monday. So from me and Monday and Matt, thank you for watching. Thank you for the comments.
Yeah.
If we've missed it, you're watching it, post it, write some comments at the bottom. We always reply. We always like. We always try and answer everything that's posted. So thank you again. If you like the show, share it, subscribe it, and like it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.